Good day everyone, you're welcome back to the channel. This is Yuglo Fashion and thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'll be showing you the making of this wonderful long kimono dress with Keyhole. It can be styled in two different ways, either as a dress or as a jacket, but I prefer it as a dress. So please stay tuned and enjoy the tutorial. It's well detailed and beginner friendly, and please like and share my video as well. The fabric I used for this tutorial class is chiffon and it's just 3.5 yards. So if you are making yours, if you are planning to make yours, you can get like 3.5 yards of fabric to 4 yards. Just ensure you are not buying lesser than that, because if you do, you won't have the same result, except if you don't want the sleeve to be this long. The first thing to do is to measure, fold the fabric into two, measure from the middle of your back neckline to the length of your sleeve, your desired sleeve length. Mine is 26, so at first I measure the 26 inches, then fold into 4. So the excess I have here, I'll be cutting it out. That's the excess that I have after folding into 4. Then I went ahead to cut it out. So I'll be using this excess for the collar. I already know that the length of this chiffon, the length is always long. So I already know it's going to meet up with my height. It will be okay for my height. But you can decide to measure the length if it will be okay for your height. But I already know that it will be okay for me. Then after cutting the excess out, I folded it back into 4 pieces. Then I placed it back on the table. I used my pin to secure the 4 pieces together, because you know how chiffon can be. I don't want it to fall off from the table. So I arranged it well, then placed it together back on the table. Then having done with all of that, I went ahead to mark all the necessary bodies measurements. I started from the shoulder to nipple point. That's 10 inches. Then shoulder to under bust, that's 13 inches. Shoulder to half length, that's 17 inches. Shoulder to hip length, 24 inches. Then shoulder to the gown length, 58 inches. I added 1 inch for allowance. After marking the necessary parts out, I went ahead to rule everything out. Then after ruling, I marked my hip circumference. I used the hip circumference for the total circumference of all the bodies. I came up to this edge here to measure if the 27 inches is still there. So I marked my hip circumference is 40 inches divided by 4. That's 10 inches. I marked 10 inches at the under bust. I also marked the 10 inches at the half length, the under bust, the hip length, and also the hem line. So I'll be having a straight line here. If you watch my previous video, you'll see it's still somehow the same because it has Keyhole. So, and I came back to the shoulder side. At the neckline here, I measured 3.5 inches for the width of the neckline, and also at the edge here I marked 2 inches for the shoulder slope. Then I went ahead to connect the two together, that is connecting from the neckline back to the shoulder. Having done with that, I came back to the middle here to mark 1.5 inches. And the 1.5 inches is the length of the neckline of the back. But because both back bodies and the front bodies are still together, I'll be using it for the two for now. Then later, I will readjust and remeasure the neckline of the front bodies. Having done with that, I went ahead to cut out the neckline and also the shoulder slope. Then I proceeded to label the marked point, that is the marked part there. I proceeded to label the under bust, the nipple point, and the half length. And like as you can see, the keyhole is at the under bust. So at the under bust here, I marked 1.5 inches for the width. Then I marked 2.5 inches for the length of the keyhole. I used the 2 points to create a hole. That is the 1.5 inch and the 2.5 inches. I connected them together to make a hole. Yours can be bigger than that. It's not necessary that you use 1.5 or 2.5. You can make it bigger or wider than that. And having creating the keyhole, I cut the hole out. Then I went ahead to separate the front from the back. So the piece I have on the table now is the front, and I also labeled it the front so as not to confuse you. So I wrote FR there. Then I arranged it back well. I used pin again to secure it to ensure that it's not falling up and down. I also went ahead to measure 1.5 inches at the middle here. You know it's a kimono gown, there's still going to be collar all through. So I measured the 1.5 from the neckline down to the hem line. I chalked it out, then went ahead to cut it out. Having done with that, I proceeded to the neckline. I marked 6 inches, that's for the length of the neckline. Then I traced it back to the neckline and slant it to give me V shape. I went ahead to cut that out as well. Then having done with that, I placed the back and the front bodies together on my table. So you can see I pinned the shoulders together. So the next thing now is to stitch the shoulders together. After stitching the shoulder, I proceeded to iron it and ironed it open, as you can see. Then after ironing, I placed it back on the table. Then the next thing to do now is to fix the collar. For the collar, I used 5 inches. The 5 inches I added paper stay to it to give it stiffness. You can see I added paper stay to it and folded it into two to give me 2.5 inches, and I pinned it round. So for the length of this, you can fold your fabric, the neckline of the back, into two, then measure all through the length. But for me, the length I have here, I just pinned it all through. But if you like, you can just cut as long as you want. Then whatever excess you have, you can cut it out if it's going to stress you. Then I went ahead to pin everything and stitch the two together, both the bodies and the collar. You can see the outcome. So the next step now is to stitch our keyhole, and I've proceeded to iron 1/4 inch inside. I ironed it on the wrong side, and now I'll be pinning the iron part together. Now the 1/4 inch, I'll pin the two together. Then after pinning, I'll proceed to the machine to stitch the two together. So just be careful while doing this so as to give you good finishing. Then after pinning, after stitching, I gave it a good press. You can see how neatly it is. Then having done with that, I also folded the edges, that is the hem at the side. I folded them all through. I did for the side and also the hem line down. So to do this, you just fold your fabric into two and stitch on it. It's not really hard. It's not hard at all. Having done with that, I placed the fabric back on the table. Then I remeasured the hip circumference right after the collar. I did not add the allowance of the collar to it because the chalk I measured earlier, the chalk I placed on it has been removed. So I had to rechalk. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Please like and share my video, and if you have any comment, please meet me in the comment section. Thank you.